Hello y'all, welcome to part 2 of my Vietnam Coconut Monk Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. In part 1, the Indo-Chinese Revolution happened, and we must stop it from succeeding, otherwise it may try to eat our nation, which is currently called the Protectorate of Annam, and we are a puppet of the German Empire, which is not a permanent thing at all, but it is just what we have to deal with at this time. And let's go to our research tree, which I seem to have forgotten about. Let's start doing Dispersed Industry 1, as well as Excavation 1, and get Support Weapons 1. Yes. Start doing all that. And in the Focus tree, let's do the role of the examination system. And we have this whole Imperial Council mechanic to keep track of as Vietnam, where basically we have to side with either the religious movements, the constitutional monarchist, and the absolute monarchist. And to get the Coconut Monk, or Win Thai Nam, or Ang Dao Jua, in charge of the nation, we need to make sure that no faction in the Imperial Council comes out dominant. And so, let's read this here. For nearly a millennia, the great dynasties of Vietnam have relied on Confucian civil service exams to select those worthy of serving the nation. As we turn a new page on the future of Dai Nam, we must finally decide on the status of these exams. Traditionalists within the council cite these exams as an important symbol of our history, while westernizers see it as nothing more than another example of our antiquated past. And from this we'll get an event called Education Reform. Alright, let's go to Modify Our Government, flip to Partial Mobilization. We must defeat the Indo-Chinese Union. Our allies, Germany East Asia, launched a naval invasion at Saigon, but that seems to be failing somewhat, cause they just lost a port, and there's a monarchist restoration in Georgia. Intriguing there. So keep pushing, please. Free civilian factories. Build anything, really. Do all that. Keep pushing, though. Come on, at least take this province in Annam. We gotta take the rest of this state back. We must recapture Dalat and other places. We got an event here, Education Reform. Since that focus is finished, Vietnam is the last nation that preserves the ancient Confucian examination system, which has been practiced since the times of the Lai Dynasty more than 1,000 years ago. The French colonial regime tried to abolish it in 1918, but were ultimately unable to due to the turmoil caused by the Great War. With the exception of a small contingent of cultural conservatives, almost everyone within the Imperial Council has agreed that the Confucian examination system should be replaced with a new education system. However, are we ready to build a national education system at this moment? Yes. The examination system should be, the examination system should be preserved for the time being, and this will drift the council closer towards a constitutional monarchy, and the popularity of social conservatism, social liberalism, and market liberalism will rise up due to that. Now, next focus, start doing Mobilize the Economy, and it says here, the uprising has already taken a heavy toll on our economy, and we have been forced to gamble on someone who was murdered in Transamere. And the Walloon Communal Republic just lost a war, whatever done. Doesn't really involve us, but it says here, we were just called into that conflict due to Germany, and syndicalism spreads to Burma. Interesting, but it says here, the uprising has taken a heavy toll on our enemy, has already taken a heavy toll on our economy, and we have been forced to gamble with our own survival. And going beyond that, it says, to help alleviate this issue, the Imperial Council has been tasked with finding a way to fill our coffers with much needed funds. And from this, we get an event called Mobilizing the Economy. And did we lose a province? Please don't tell me we lost a province. There's a naval invasion from Germany East Asia. Those guys in Saigon are lost. They're done for. They're gone. That is a mistake. Mobilizing the Economy is done. So let me read this here. We're probably going to side with the religious movements, because now I think we made one choice for each council faction thus far, but it says, the Indo-Chinese revolt has pushed our near non-existent economy to the brink. In order to pay the militias and police forces that constitute our army, the council has proposed different ways to acquire funds. Constitutionalists within our council have suggested we issue war bonds that can boost our economy without having to raise taxes. The German advisors have predictably supported taking out another loan from the Kaiserreich in order to pay for our expenditures. The Caldaists have proposed a gold week where the citizens are asked to donate their prized jewelry, gold, and other valuables to help raise money for the government. Sure, make preparations for this Gold Week, and this will drift the council closer towards religious movements. And after this, for the Imperial Council will side with the absolute monarchist, and then the constitutional monarchist, and that should be it, I think. Now let's complete anti-socialist rhetoric. That will take 21 days. It says here, in order to combat the Viet Cong insurgency against our government, the Imperial Council has approved a large-scale propaganda campaign to educate the local population about the dangerous threat that socialism poses to the Vietnamese way of life, and that's what the event here says. And from this we'll get base stability, base war support, and some manpower, and the popularity of radical socialism, syndicalism, and totalism will drop down as a result of this focus being completed. So those more left-leaning ideologies won't be as prominent as they currently are in the Protectorate of Annam once that focus is done. Can we please, I think we lost a province. Did we lose a province? Come on. Help those guys out. Use force attack. Overwhelm them. How's equipment going? We need more equipment. Anti-socialist rhetoric is done. Let's now complete the focus. Secure Ostasian aid. Somebody seized power, and it says here, much to the displeasure of the nationalists within our council, we cannot undervalue the contributions that the German government has made towards supporting our struggle. We will negotiate with Singapore to send another aid package to help supply our woefully under-equipped army with much-needed rifles and supplies. In addition, we will negotiate with German business here in Hanoi to help support the army. And from this, we'll get a military factory in Tonkin. We'll get some steel in Tonkin. We'll also get some equipment from German East Asia. And German East Asia will get an event. Well, Deutsche Ostasien will get an event that says Vietnam seeks assistance. And that is just a 21-day long focus. And that is done now. So let's start doing, I don't know, purge or extend an olive branch. Let's just choose to purge the sympathetic socialist and the anti-syndicalist, totalist, radical socialist government of the Protectorate of Annam is going to do that. But let's read this here. The traitorous VNQDD have chosen the side of the Indo-Chinese enemy, and many of their cells still operate within our borders. We must swiftly deal with this fifth column before we are utterly destroyed from the inside. And from this we'll get some base stability, and the popularity of social democracy will drop down, and we'll also lose some manpower. But we will get some, I think, French commune rifles, which could be, oh no, not again. The Germans, they have botched yet another naval invasion for like the second time now. That is ridiculous. Whatever, give me more rifles, please. How many divisions have the Germans lost, really? And we got a celebrating the mid-harvest festival event here. It says Tet Trong Do, or the Mid-Harvest Festival, is the second most important traditional Vietnamese holiday, adopted from the Chinese Harvest Festival, occurring at a similar time in their own lunar year, on the 15th of the 8th lunar month. Celebrating the harvest and the beauty of fall, the holiday has also become important as a children's holiday in recent years, as star lamps, masks, Kaiserredux lamps, I think that's how you say it, edible sugar, Tuhi toys, and more are exchanged by families and loved ones, as fireworks, lion dances, parties, and mooncakes are enjoyed by all. With gifts being exchanged, feasts being had, Chuan Quan singing concerts being enjoyed, and with moon watching being a common tradition, as well Tet Trong Do may have not originated in Vietnam, but it is one of the greatest times of the year, and so we celebrate it again this fine year. And from this we lose some, well, we gain political power and get 1% base stability. Okay then. So that's happened. Now let's do the focus. It says increase pacification efforts, and it says here, while we have control over the major cities of Hanoi and Hue, in part thanks to German assistance, the rural countryside is dominated by Viet Cong forces. Loyalists holding out against the VC have requested His Majesty's government send aid to these holdout communities. Each faction of the Imperial Council is sure to have their own solution to this problem. And we'll get an event called Pacification Efforts there. Here's our new division. Good. Send them to the front lines. And it says here, it says pacification efforts. The Viet Cong guerrilla has controlled the majority of the rural area, and with it the population. The army has proposed two possible counterinsurgency strategies. We could use large units to conduct sweep missions to search and attack Viet Cong forces, or we could focus on consolidating the security in several strategic positions and expect they improve the security in surrounding areas like oil spots. While Viet Cong control is strong, Some anti-syndicalist rural communities like the Catholics and Saldai are still resisting Viet Cong influence. It's also possible to allow their villages to form self-defense militias and distribute arms among them. Let's choose to conduct anti-VC sweeps. Yes, and that will move the council closer toward an absolute monarchy. And I think that's it for decisions for us, I believe, so far. Well, for the event decisions we can make. And I am currently kind of locked out of the focus tree until this 4th Indochina, well, with the Indo-Chinese Union is over. They have so many soldiers, my goodness. Get more men, please. We need more divisions on the front line. Okay, actually, stop pushing for now. This isn't working. Yeah, this whole advance is not panning out like I'd like it would. Yeah, it's not going very well. Please just hold a wider front line for us. Thank you. Don't lose anything here. Make sure they don't get the way. And Russia announces her ambitions. Interesting. And at least we're getting tons of political power, I guess. That's a good thing. Go to war economy now. Good. I need to get a chief of the staff, well, chief of staff and army command focus. Finland joins the Reichspakt. All right. Germany, East Asia, how many casualties? They have taken 34,000. We have taken 30,000. Meanwhile, the Indo-Chinese Union has taken 20,000. So that's pretty rough, if I had to say. Very, very rough. And we have our divisions trying to hold out here. We just need some kind of very well-executed naval invasion. We have naval superiority. We just can't bother to send so many troops to go do such a thing. Let's give our leader a trait. Well, our field marshal a trait. Give him offensive doctrine. Sure. That is that. Good, and there's the American Civil War. That's happening. And that's going on now. So we just need to continue our war. Now there's a war between Wadai and the French National State in Africa. And let me get a army command focus. Go with army focus offense. Good. Here's some new divisions flowing out from our country. Just please, we need encirclements. Those would be great if we could ever get some of those. Move here. Take that province, please. We outnumber the enemy, technically, I think, on the front line. It's just that we got to rely on German support to really help us out here. And that's not necessarily guaranteed. Now in the focus tree, let's start doing construction 2, as well as, say, improved machine tools. That will be done now. Good, and so what do we do here, really? Let me just make an offensive line. I'm not going to attack just yet, but I really need more soldiers overall. We have negative equipment, which is never a good thing in Hearts of Iron 4. Excavation 1 is done. And this war is just, I gotta really make this go faster, don't I? Get improved infantry equipment 1. There's a naval invasion there. Help out the Germans a little bit by launching an offensive. Good. And now I need to get a military staff guy. I need... Oh, did they just leave? No, they didn't leave. Whatever, just trying... They abandoned the port just as they take it. My goodness, guys. What was the purpose of the naval invasion? You just felt like having a laugh? You launched a naval invasion and immediately left right afterwards. Oh my goodness. And now, Kingdom of Georgia has joined the Reichspakt. Interesting, I guess. We just need more support from German East Asia. What are you doing? Germany, send more troops here, please. We need more assistance. This is ridiculous. Okay, forget the offensive. This isn't panning out. Offensive's not working. Just use last stand. Use last stand. Just stop attacking, use last stand. And somebody was ousted from office. Okay, then. And let's get a military staff guy. We still can't get it. I need 150 political power for that. And we're just currently stuck on the defensive since we're supposed to be so reliant on German support, and they launched a naval invasion there. And it does not look like it's succeeding, unfortunately. 7 offensive line, though. What can we do? Set up this line. That'll be done now. Germany not having a very good time here trying to land in Saigon and Cochin China overall. I would like to attack, but we don't have the ability to do so. I really don't have that chance. It just isn't there. I need more manpower. I need more weapons. If I could get Lend-Lease from the... Well, here's land doctrines. What do we do with this? Let's go with mass assault. Do that. Yeah. Do that now. That'll be done. Yes. Modify the government. Get a chief of staff who focuses on mass combat. Done. That's for infantry divisions primarily. I hope it affects militia divisions as well, for my sake. And We just have nothing but militia in general. Keep holding the line though. Use last stand. I'm really dependent on the Germans. Germany stage needs to launch some successful naval invasions if we want to win this war. We cannot give any ground to the Indo-Chinese Union either, which they don't seem to be gaining any, but we can't really advance at the same time. And how's equipment doing? Need to have one less division being trained and deployed, possibly, to stop us from using so much equipment all the time. Oh, there's a naval invasion launched. The attack now. Send an offensive to try and distract the Indo-Chinese Union. Please don't leave your post immediately, Germany. Good, that'd be great. I would welcome that. And with that said, I'm going to end what is part 2 of my Vietnam Coconut Monk Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. A link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.